Okay. Hello, everyone. Good evening to you all, and you're welcome to the Progressive Mind Show. My name is Senna, aka Alinko, and we are glad to be coming away this evening. We're currently live on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter. And today's topic is the mixed bag, which is where we want to engage different folks doing different things in our community. As you are aware, this is your number one community building platform in the entire world, where we bring topical issues that affect the daily people. And we also want to let you all know that as you come in, we encourage you to share the feed so that we can get this community conversations going. This evening, we are going to be talking to Dr. Olayemi Champion, and she will be telling us about. We will talk to her more about who she is, her movie that is out, and then we'll also talk to Crystal Dyer and her kids that traveled all the way from Chicago to Ghana. Once again, you're welcome to the platform. Today is September 7th, 2022. We'll go to Captain Mike, take a segment. When we come back, the show will continue. My brother, it's been a few days. I think last week we probably missed you, and we're glad we have a good day to have you on the set. I'm sure you have some updates for us. Please take it from here.
Oh, absolutely. Well, we're in that time of the year where the weather is good and boring. So we do like that. So we're going to have warm days and kind of cooler nights. So get into that for the rest of tonight. Light winds pretty much out of northeast, going to get down to about 65 degrees. Next couple days, just like we said, going to be in the 80s, get down to the 60s for Thursday and Friday. Saturday, Sunday, and Monday, possibility of some rain showers, and late Sunday and Monday, maybe it's going to get a little windy, but typically lighter winds. And then Tuesday, going to have another sunny day, up 75. And Wednesday, we're going to try to fight up to get to 78 degrees, maybe a little lower than that, but really nice weather overall. But yeah, this weekend is going to be a little rainy. Getting into our sports, right now, the Chicago White Sox are 2 games out, tied 6-6, top of the 8th inning with Seattle Mariners. So go Sox. And the Cubs will be playing the Reds today at Wrigley Field in about 30 minutes. And Sunday, guess what? The Bears are coming back. So we're going to have football once again. So go Bears, watch the Bears, cheer for them. We want to try to have a good season. All right, then now we're going to get into the health and fitness report. As you know, some of you may know, some of you may not, the new COVID booster came out Monday, and that specifically targets the BA4 and BA5 variant, which are the Omicron variants, which now are the most prolific. The BA5, the newest, is responsible for about 89% of the cases, and the BA4 still sticking around about 11% of the cases. This new booster, it promises longer immunity. It offers protection from severe COVID reactions, so it'll try to keep you out of the hospital. So it's now offered at many of your doctor's offices and at many pharmacies such as CVS or Walgreens. To get more information about where they're offered in the Chicago area, go to chicago.gov. And you get more information about where these where the boosters are offered. And for more information on the boosters and for different areas, if you don't live in Chicago, go to cdc.gov. So with that, Cena, we're going to go back to you.
Thank you, Captain Mike. We really appreciate those updates. And I'm sure the doctor was listening to us keenly when you were talking about this, when you're giving us data on COVID and the booster, the vaccine, booster and vaccine and all that. And I'm sure she would like to make a comment. Doctor, go ahead if you have any updates.
Excited. I was very excited that somebody was talking about the vaccine. I'm like, great, look at this. I didn't have to make a pep talk here. They're doing it already. No,
Mm.
Oh, we got to
I
do
am.
it right. You're a movie
I
star.
wearing
See,
all my hats all the time. So I am excited to, yes, promote the vaccine, get vaccinated as best as you can, because as we can see, this thing, even though it looks like it is gone, is not gone. It keeps going and coming and going and coming. And
mm.
we had a little uptick now that just a slight uptick when the children went back to school because we all came from vacation. And so as best protected as you can be is what you want to be. So go ahead and get it. Yes, this one has taken into account the most prevalent variant that is here, that is around now. So you want to go ahead and get it. I support that.
I think if we had given her more time, she would prefer to talk about the vaccine probably more than what she's
I,
about to talk about.
I'm telling you, you know what though? I don't know if that's the right answer. I would prefer to talk about everything because
Okay.
I'm not partial to all my loves. And
Mm.
I'll come back and talk about the vaccine. I'll come back to talk about anything. Yeah.
All right. Also, Captain Mike, thank you so much for the updates. I'm assuming, I mean, it looks like everything is back to normal now, the airline industry as well. Is that correct?
Yeah, right now we've pretty much back to pre-COVID numbers as far as the number of travelers and
Mhm.
our load factors. But now, the thing is the labor force. A
Mm.
lot of airlines cut too many people before because they expected this COVID to hit a little harder than it did. So
Mm.
still got some delays, and it's going to be a little longer to get back to normal. But we're getting there. We're getting there.
You think by the end of the year, possibly?
All right, my specific airline or the airline industry in general.
The airline
I
industry in
gotta
general.
I gotta promote me, right?
Let's do that.
We'll be close. We'll be close. But because you know what, the travel numbers are going to go down in the fall, so the biggest spike is going to be over the holidays. So yeah, it should pretty much be back to normal. We're going to get our sea legs back as we get towards lower numbers, people traveling. That give us time to rebound from our numbers being a little bit lower on the labor side. So yeah, we should be back to normal by a few months from now.
So United should be back by the end of the year, hopefully.
Well, we didn't cut as many people as other airlines did because our CEO kind of saw he made a gamble that it would rebound as fast as it did, and we were right. Other
Mm.
airlines were not; they didn't see the industry bouncing back as quickly as it did. So sometimes you guess
United
right, sometimes you don't.
United got it right. So now you know the airline to fly with the next time. Dr. Layemi, Captain, we have a potential customer for you already, Doctor.
I tell you, I fly United all the time, actually. So
Awesome, awesome,
Well, I look forward to seeing you out there.
awesome.
Come say hi.
Hey, bro, it was nice chatting. Hopefully, we can get you on the show next week Wednesday for the updates. In the meantime, enjoy the evening. Hopefully, you can take a walk by the lake and have a good time, bro. We'll see you next time.
All right, go Sox and go Bears.
Thank you so much once again, Captain Mike. Thank you. We are back to the discussion this evening, which is the mixed bag. We have now really done the mixed bag on the show for a long time. I think this would probably be our first or the second, so we are excited. Now, we chose to talk to this brilliant lady here, and in a little bit, you will all get to understand why she's on the show. Dr. Olayemi Champion-Odusola is a family physician whose mission is to change the world through the arts. She's a full-time physician with keen interest in mental health, preventive care, obesity management, and women's health. She's also a minister and an inspiring speaker. She has a gift for building relationships and repairing intergenerational bridges. In addition to working in her profession as a physician, she has an unquenchable passion for theater. She has written plays amongst almost all her life, and she believes in drama as an effective tool for teaching and addressing sensitive issues that are not easily discussed. Last thing to know about this beautiful lady before we go into the conversation, her accolade is wide and huge and deep, but we just go, we'll have a little bit of her and then we can get back, we can get to the meat of this evening's discussion. In 2015, Dr. Olayemi wrote, directed, and produced a drama series called Daily Motion. The first premiered in 2017 at the Museum of Science and Industry, and reason why we are here this evening, in addition to other things. Dr. Olayemi, it's our pleasure to have you on the show once again. Wonderful background. Again, it's a lot, but as we go on, hopefully we can get more. We can get our audience to know more about you. So thank you again for taking time to come to the Progressive Mind Show.
Thank you for having me. It's a privilege. I love what you do here, and I thank you for lending your voice to what we really need in
Mm.
our community. The conversations are inspiring, and many are sent, many are called,
Mm.
and a lot of people are not called, and they answer. You are called, and you answer. I respect your voice, and I respect what you do. Thanks, my brother.
Thank you so much. My sister is comfortable to say that because you have an African name. And so this is just by the way, okay, everybody, everybody's must, this is, we're just cool here. We're cool. Dr. Olayemi, again, haven't looked at your background. It's a lot of hats that you're wearing, but um so before we go into the depth of some of the things that you have done, well, I would wonder, um you know where does she come from originally? The name sounds Nigerian, but who is she family wise and all of that? Would you mind taking a few moments to dive into family and your country? I mean, the tribe or region you're from in Nigeria.
I'm actually gone. Why do you think I'm Nigerian?
What? Wait.
I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I have a gamut of.
You
I have
got me. You
a
got me
gamut
on
of
that. You got
Nigerian
me.
brothers, So I'm originally Ghanaian. I'm an adopted bona fide Ghan. So yeah, but yes, I am born in Nigerian. Uh,
Okay.
I shocked you. You almost fell off your chair there.
You got me.
Yes,
Wow.
you look at me clapping for myself
No,
over here.
you, but I would have been perplexed. I'm like, what? Okay. So Olayemi, so who adopted you? Which of the? I mean, is there a Ghana family here in Chicago or back in Ghana?
No, I went to church with a group of Ghanaian brothers, and I they're like right here in my heart.
Mm.
And those guys, this is why nobody can beat me up in Chicago, is because of
Mm.
these guys. They are
Wow.
just so dear to my heart.
Awesome.
We played music together. We still play music together, and
Mm.
so it's really great. So I always tell people that I'm Ghanaian. That's why that's why I said that.
We gladly accept you.
Thank
Uh,
you so much.
How about family? I mean, how family wise?
Family wise, I was born into a family of 16 people. I am child number 13, and it has been a very big part of my upbringing,
Mm.
because I have learned to live and to love and to have my voice heard.
Mm.
And when you were born and you were number 13, and I was number 13 for about 7 years before somebody else came along. So
Mm.
when you're number 13, you have to learn to speak, and you have to speak loud for somebody to hear you.
Right.
Uh, I was born and raised in Nigeria for 18 years, and then I moved to the United States. And I went to college here. I went to medical school here. I got married here to my wonderful husband, and I have two beautiful children here. And most of my family members live in the United States and Canada and in London. I still have some family members in Nigeria. My father lived in Nigeria until last year. He passed last year. My mother I lost when I was 5 years old. So that's it about family. But
Yeah.
my family now is really not the biological family anymore.
Yeah.
When you live and learn, you know that family is so much bigger than what you were born into. And I think
Absolutely.
that's the best lesson that I have learned in my lifetime.
Mm. Thank you so much for sharing. if Dr. Olayemi is, I'm assuming, no, I'm not assuming. Your background informs me that you're a Christian.
I
So if
am.
awesome. Also, if you and the you biblical philosophies or your biblical belief influences your attitude towards everything you've done. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay. Now, if that was the case, if you are not in the workspace, if you're not in the church settings, in your free time, what do you engage in?
If I am not in the workspace and if I'm not in the church setting,
Mm,
what do I do?
mm,
I talk to people.
mm.
I'm always talking to people.
Okay.
I think that relationships is about the best things that you can have. And
Mm,
even in the workspace and in the church setting, I think relationships is what everything is about.
mm,
I think that building each other up, the human experience,
mhm.
I think that's what life is. Sharing other people's experiences, either learning how they are living their experiences, or finding ways to make their experiences better, or talking to them so that you can learn how to make your experiences better. I think that's what life is about. I think that's what and I hate to bring it back to church. It's surprising that my father was an alhaji. I was born into a Muslim family. You
Mm,
know, I grew up to be a Christian. After my mother died, I lived with my aunt. My aunt was an angel. I was raised by an angel. But it's, Jesus's experience on earth was all about relationships. He taught us how to relate to other human beings, was how he lived his 33 years. And so when I am not in church and when I am at work, it's all about relationships for me.
okay.
Even with the movie, for me, it's all about learning how to relate.
Okay. Thank you so much. I want to dive back into before you got here. You've accomplished so much, but before you got here, how easy was it for you to transition from Nigeria, going through medical school, th- all all of that you were able to achieve in America? Would you mind sharing how easy or difficult that was for you, and what helped you to persevere and become this successful? You can just capture it in a few seconds.
In a few seconds. So you forget so quickly.
Uh-huh.
You forget really quickly. So my first few years, like I said, I was raised by an angel.
Uh-huh.
You would think that for somebody who lost their mom at such an early age, I would have horrid stories to tell you about my childhood, but unfortunately I don't. I don't have any horrid stories to tell. My
Mm,
aunt, like I said, was an angel. I lived with her from when I was 5 years old until I kind of moved to the United States.
mm,
I went to high school, and after high school, kind of like that was the story with my family. You kind of went to high school, and then you moved to the United States, or you moved to England to, go to college,
yeah.
and that was about it. So
Okay.
that's all I remember about before the United States.
No, sorry to hear about the loss of your mom. And I reason why I asked that question is that a lot of immigrants have different stories. And on this platform, we like to get to know we can like to get to know some of these intricate stories. It helps motivate because a lot more people are going through different things, and so hearing some of the stories such as yours, um, positive or negative, may encourage someone or teach someone the ropes and give hope to people. And so we try to get to know some of the challenges and how. So thank you so much for sharing. Can you tell us a little bit about your production company and your inspiration for that?
Yeah, I can tell you that. I hate to, I'm gonna take you back a little bit. I was on my way to tell you the journey. I
Oh,
said, oh yeah, yeah. I said, yeah, I had to sound like I was born with a silver spoon and everything has been fine. I hate that because my drama is about real stuff. So I don't want to sound like, yeah, everything has been rosy.
uh,
Um, I said I didn't remember any bad stuff, from before I moved to the States.
Mm.
Well, after I moved to the States, and I lived with my sister. My sister was, doing well for herself in the United States. And I came here. I went to junior college. I went to college, of course, obviously. And I lived in school. I lived with my sister for a while, and then I moved to school. I was going to become, my own self. You want to grow up. So
Mhm.
after a while, I was like, I'm just going to stay in the dorms.
Mm.
I remember one time in medical school, it was specifically the second year of medical school.
Mm.
I had a Ghanaian friend. I tell you, I was a Ghanaian. You don't believe me. I had a Ghanaian friend, my very dear friend.
Mm.
In second year of medical school, one of the experiences I had was that there was a particular semester that I had no money,
Mm.
no money. And that semester, I lived on Diet Pepsi and animal crackers. And my Ghanaian friend bought me Diet Pepsi and animal crackers every day when we went to the library to study.
Wow.
Yeah. So so now I'm doing well for myself, everything is fine, and everybody is okay, and
Yeah.
I never want people to undermine the experiences we have. The experiences we have, they're
Mm.
very good.
Mm.
Any experience that you have in life is very important to your existence,
Mm.
and it doesn't break you, it makes you stronger. So life is good in spots, it's bad in spots, but every story that you have in life is very useful to your existence. So good parts and bad parts, very useful. So I'm Ghanaian. Ghanaians have been very useful to me all my life.
Mm. No, what you just shared is very, very powerful. And thank you so much. I like stories. I like back end stories because a lot of times we only see the end product, and it's good that you shared in those moments quickly, in those moments when things were that dire hard. Even in America, who would think that somebody in America will be going through the kind of hardship that you just described?
Mm.
Would you say it was your faith, and just because you had your Ghanaian friend that pushed you through, or you had the family unit that was behind you? I mean, would all of these things compass to have helped you in that moment, or what is it exactly that pushed you through, that helped you?
I have a generally positive outlook towards life.
Okay.
I think that mostly we can get through anything in life.
Mm.
So that's a foundation for me.
Mm.
Um, I could have gone home. There was food at home,
Okay.
you know,
Okay.
but I think that those experiences are important. I think it builds character. I think it also makes you look within. I think there's certain things that you need to learn from those experiences. So I welcome when it's hard. My favorite Bible verse is John 16:33. And that's what my production is built on. It's, where Jesus promises us that, in this world you will have trouble. It says, but be of good cheer because I've overcome them all. So when trouble comes, it should be welcomed because you know that that time is here to teach you something. Don't miss it, because if you miss the lesson, you're going to keep repeating the class. So when that time comes, you got to sit still, you got to pay attention, you got to learn,
Mm.
because it's here to teach you something.
Something.
So my faith, of course, pulls me through. The people around you pulls you through. Music is big for me. All through that time, I was in church every Friday. If I was, I was leading, I was a leader in the music department. I was a leader in the drama department. I was doing it all. I was in medical school. It was very hard. That's fine. But I still showed up in church and did my stuff. I was still a very vital member of my family. And, you still show up
Okay. You
and you
still
still
show up.
do these things. You
You
still
still
show
show up and do this. It's the minds. It's your mindset and the inner
up
that.
mindset.
Yeah, yeah. Thank you so much for sharing. I hope that if you're listening, you will take in a key from here. That wherever you're going through, just have that mindset that these challenges are just part of the journey. So thank you so much for sharing again. So let's go back to what Daily Motion Production Company is, and what the inspiration was for this.
So The production company is Exquisite Productions. Daily Motion is uh, the film or the drama series itself.
Okay.
Like I mentioned, I am a psalmist, and as a psalmist, sometimes you get given a certain portion of time. You have 20 minutes to lead people in worship. Go
Mm,
ahead, 1, 2, 3, go.
mm,
There was this particular experience I had. It was 2015. I had a 20-minute segment, and I was supposed to lead worship. 13 minutes into it, I looked up, and it looked like everybody was into it. And you assess, you're an artist. The people in front of you are very important to you.
mm.
You're looking and seeing, are they feeling it? If they're feeling it, you stay right there. If they're not, you try to change a few things up.
Right.
And so when I looked at it, I surveyed it with my human, eyes, and I thought everybody was feeling it. I was feeling pretty good about myself.
Mm,
Some people were kneeling down, some hands were raised, some people were laying down. And I was like, okay, God, I think you're working well for me, and I think Yemi is doing pretty darn good. So give
mm,
me 7 more minutes of this, and I can wrap this up.
mm,
And I closed my eyes, like I think this is great. And he said to me, open your eyes.
mm,
He said, under those bodies that are laying down, under those hands that are lifted up, and under those knees is a lot of pain that is not being addressed.
mm.
And if I can tell you, the next 7 minutes were kind of hell for me. I really could not focus through those 7 minutes.
Right.
And it began a journey for me. It began a journey for me to try to figure out what God wanted me to do with that. And I started to write that drama series about that pain that God was talking about. It felt like we were coming to church with a lot of masks, a lot of facade, a lot of veils over all the problems that we had.
Mm,
It felt like we would come in and hang all those things on the door and do all the magnanimous worship, sweat and dance, and then as we were going back home, just pick up our baggage and then just take it to our car. You would see people sit in their cars heavy after doing all that stuff.
yeah.
And so then I started to write that drama series, because there's certain things that you really can't preach across the pulpit. You really can't tell people, if you have been raped, go ahead and lift up your hands. We're going to pray for you. If your husband beat you before you came to church, go ahead and move to the right side of the sanctuary here. There's some things we're not going to say, but there's power in being able to visualize these things. There's power in seeing yourself on a screen or on a stage.
Mm,
And what it makes you understand it is not just you, because there's something about the human experience. Sometimes when we go through things in life, you think you're the only one. You think that this problem is fashioned and designed for just me. But when you see another person wrote this script,
mm,
another person is acting this character out, you're like, could it be possible that I'm not the only one who has this problem?
mm.
So it commonizes it, and it makes you think, no, it's not just me. And it gives you a release. And I didn't just, I'm a filmmaker. Yes. I've been writing plays since I was in fourth grade. Yes. But this is not just a film. This was a film that was written to start a conversation. It's not enough to just watch it. It's to start a conversation, to say, these things are happening. Yes. And they're not just happening in the world outside. They're happening in our churches. So what do we do about this? What do we do about these experiences? Where can we get help? Where can we tell people to get help? How can we help the people? So
Mm.
this was the experience that I had in church. And this was why I decided to write the play. And not only, to write the play, but to start the experience, to start the conversation. And that's what birthed the online forum that I have on Facebook, the Daily Motion Haven of Love, where we meet with a multidisciplinary team of doctors and clinical psychologists, and survivors and victors, and sometimes sex therapists, and to talk about these things and say, this is happening, we're taking it here, these are referrals. And in our minority communities sometimes, and in our religious communities, we sometimes shy away from help in the form of therapists. And I want people to understand that there's so much power
Mm.
in talking, communicating, speaking, and sharing our truths. And so I'm going to stop there and let you ask your questions and not talk too much. So
You know, we operate in the same space, so I love that you get me.
We do, we do. I have to not read your mind too much. Let you do your work.
No, but you're helping me, so that's why I'm quiet. I'm not even just just
Yes,
go,
yes.
just flow with it. And we really love it. Thank you for sharing. You think that churches or church leaders must do a lot more outside just a spiritual or religious needs of the people from what you've just narrated, because we don't see a lot of these things in the churches, but we know people are hurting, you know.
Um, I'm not going to generalize it like that,
Okay.
because sometimes,
Mm.
as human beings, we abdicate our roles as human beings, and we think the pastors have to do everything.
Okay.
Pastors are spiritual leaders. They're not our counselors. They did not go to church to school to be
Mm.
counselors. They
Okay.
went, into their vocations to be pastors. So I cannot have a marital problem and expect my pastor to be the one that solves my marital problem, because he is not a marriage counselor. He is a spiritual counselor, and I
Right.
should let him function in that role. Now, he can guide me spiritually as to what the Bible says about marriage, but if I'm having marital problems, I should see a marriage therapist. I should see a counselor, so they should know their role. If they are going to function in that role, they should get certifications in those roles.
Mm.
The church, however, the role they can play is to not just say it is well, or
Right.
not just say pray about it. I don't want us to just pray about everything or cast out demons about everything. I want us to say this is going on. I also want them to make I also want us, and I hate using them because it's us, we are the church, to make it a safe space. I will use this example as the church. If I have to spend 2 hours applying makeup to go to church,
Mm.
so that people don't ask me what's wrong with me, there's something wrong with that,
Right.
because the Bible says I should come, all you who are heavy laden, and I will give you rest. And what I find is that we have to put on a face to go. I don't think that was the purpose of the gathering of churchgoers. I
Mm.
think they wanted us to come and gather and talk about God, and
Mm.
gather and talk about our stories, and gather and let there be meat in my house to share amongst ourselves. So I think that's the role of the church, to create a safe space where these conversations are welcome.
Awesome. In addition to that, probably facilitate these experts to provide some of these services to church members, because in all honesty, not all church members are able to afford the professionals for some of these things that you talked about.
That is very correct. That is very correct. And I'm going to try to be a good girl. Yes. Yes. Facilitate those experts and
Yes.
not some other experts. Yeah.
Yes.
Those experts. Yes.
Mm.
Those
Okay.
experts.
Mm. Mm.
Yes. Yes.
You also in your background, when I was, yeah, I was, something hit me among the other things I mean, mental health, um sex therapist on your show talking about all of these things. One of the things that I also realized was intergenerational bridges is part of what you do. I was looking deep into that, and I'm wondering what could that mean, and how do you even do that? Can you help?
I can help you. I can help you. So, one thing I find is that as the generations go on and on, we sort of things are changing all the time.
Mm.
So, if you notice, the churches that our parents went to, we sort of are not going to those churches anymore.
Mm.
And um, I think our children may not go to the churches that we're going to anymore. And it bothers me. It bothers me because we are getting, yes, of course, we're getting more westernized, but I don't think God is, I don't think God is Western or African. I think God is God. And I think that if we have spiritual authenticity, I think we can keep it all together, because God doesn't change. That's what it says, right? It
Mm.
says that He's the same yesterday, today, and forever. So if we keep the spiritual authenticity, I think we can all talk the same thing, serve the same God, and worship the same way, And so it bothers me when it looks like we're all worshiping this same God in different ways. And our children are going somewhere else because somehow they don't believe in our practices. I was a church rat. I lived and breathed church. At some point, my children are going to say, "Why are you guys in church for 6 hours? Mom, what are you guys doing in church for 6 hours?"
Yeah.
And at that point, I also have to examine myself. Am I just in church for 6 hours because that's what they told me? You have to be in church for 6 hours for God to hear you. Is that just a practice? Is it dogma? Or is that what it requires to get into heaven? Or
Mm.
is there a way to talk to God without spending 6 hours there? So our children are children who ask why. They ask, why is the sky blue? Where When we were getting raised, we were not allowed to ask questions. You understand? We
Mhm.
couldn't.
Mm.
We
Yeah.
live in a progressive world,
Yeah.
and your show is a progressive mind show. And our children were raised in school. They are raised to ask questions.
Mm.
Us, when our parents told us 2 plus 2 is 5, if we say mom, they go shut up, and we say okay, 2 plus 2 is 5. Our children are raised to think critically.
Mm.
They think, even when they're teaching them English, they teach them to logically reason. So they
Mm.
have to ask questions. They don't tell them to shut up. So
Mm.
when we are raising them in an environment where questions are not asked, and they just say, why do we do this way? And they say, that's how we've always done it, so let's just keep doing it that way. They're
Mm.
not going to continue to do that with us. They're going to move on.
Mm.
So these are the questions I want the generations to be able to ask us questions, so that
Mm.
they can help us change the way we do things, so that we can do it better, so that
Mm.
we can waste less time, so that
Mm.
we can do it more efficiently.
Mm. So
So
in that, no, that's perfect. Great response. In that case, on your platform that you use in preaching some of these powerful messages, you engage. I'm assuming that you engage the youth and young ones to get their perspectives on some of these very important topics.
yes, we engage from, let's see, the youngest person we have had. Youngest person we have had was, I think, maybe 8 years old. And
Let
we
me.
have and we have had as old as maybe 72.
Okay.
We want the generations to talk.
Awesome.
And I
Awesome.
I think
The,
that's
the-
important.
I think I beat you to the age. The youngest that we had, we had we had a 5-year old. They were. I think last year we had a couple kids, and there was a 5-year old, and she answered one of the most intriguing questions. I mean, what she gave one of the most intriguing responses to one of the questions that I asked, which is, what they would like to do when they grew up. And she said, I think at the time Trump was still the president, and
Mhm.
and she said that she wanted to have power or run for politics so she can kick Trump out of the office. I'm like, how? Yes. And
She had a dream.
what?
She had a dream. She
How did you
had a
come up with
dream.
this? And that is Maya. She's the daughter to my friend, Black Jesus. If you're watching Maya, and that young lady is a star. We're gonna
Nice.
have She has a special gift, and we have been talking to Dr. Olayemi Champion, Odusola. Odusola. Was is Champion? Someone would like to know Champion. Can you tell us the background of Champion?
Champion is my maiden name.
Okay.
My husband's name is Odushola.
All right, beautiful. And you see, because um, Africans are very particular with our names. We have success, we have good luck, we
Mhm,
have and we have
mhm.
champion, because there are some. Oh, I think why we do this is to make sure that these words have effects because we want our children and people to actually be an embodiment of these words then these names that we give our children. And so I've seen that Africans take a lot of time in researching and making sure they're given when it comes to naming their children. Do you have any? And I don't know about, I'm Ghanaian. I don't know about Nigerians, but how significant is the Western names versus the traditional? I mean, I'll say local names, or not local names, but the tribal names.
The tribal names, very, very significant.
Yeah.
Very, very significant. It is, our names are actually, very, very expressive. I know that the Ghanaians sometimes would have the names, and, you have those names where they're, the days that you were born, and then you have your other names.
Yeah.
We also have those names on the days you were born, days of the week and stuff. And then we have our other names that are just an expression of what you want that child to manifest. So like my first name is Olayemi, which basically means wealth looks good on me. Okay. And then, for example, I named my first child Mofet Yolua, which means I desire godly things. So we or we would name our children something like Oluwaseyi, which means God has done this. So it is very significant. Or you would name your child Moyo Ninu Olua, I rejoice in the Lord. So it is very, very important. Very, very important. So very, very expressive. Almost full sentences.
Absolutely. And thanks for sharing that, because in a little bit, we will have these kids we have in the background. I don't know if you see them, but they will be joining us on the show. Okay. They will join us before you leave, so you can interact. It's very important you shared what you did, because they are kids from Chicago that were taken to Ghana to learn the culture and some of these things that you just shared. So super, super, super important. We are talking to Dr. Oluyemi. No, it's Olayemi Champion-Odusola. Anytime I'm pronouncing Nigerian names, I have to pause, even though I'm an African and I know these names, I'm familiar with it. You still always have to pause. Dr. Olayemi Champion-Odusola. We've been talking to her about her story and some of her interests, some of her work. In a little bit, we'll talk about her movie that is about to be premiered here in Chicago. We'll go into that. The Progressive Mind Show is a 501c platform, and we encourage our listeners to help us in keeping the show on our platforms on a weekly basis. Our website is theprogressivemindshow.com or the PMSshow.com, theprogressivemindshow.com or the PMS Show. Please go ahead and make your donations to us, because it helps us sustain the show. Additionally, we're looking for volunteers in the areas of social media, production. So anybody that wants to assist the show grow in these areas, in any way that you can volunteer, please reach out to us at info.progressiveminds@gmail.com. info.progressiveminds@gmail.com. If you want your websites built, social media artworks like flyers, business card, logos, apps, we are also able to provide you those services, which is the Progressive Minds Media, progressivemindsmedia.com. We will take a Yep, we're back on the show. And so, yes, if you need your websites, apps, logos, flyers, business cards, any type of artwork done, reach out to us info.progressiveminds at gmail.com. Info.progressiveminds at gmail.com. You can also ring 815-409-9123. We will give you a the best of artwork and at a market price that beats any competitor. You are also informed that we are looking for volunteers and interns to help in the area of grant writing, social media, and production. Again, the same information to reach out to us is info.progressiveminds at gmail.com. We really, really will appreciate any assistance that you can give the Progressive Minds to keep doing what we're doing. This evening, we're privileged to be speaking with Dr. OLAYEMI Champion-ODUSOLA. She is she's a family physician, wears many hats, and we're going to be talking about her movie, actually, her film that she produced. She's been writing films for a long time, and she just came up with one that we're going to be talking about in a little bit. Right after her, Crystal Dyer went to Ghana again with her kids from the Austin area in Chicago. Their experiences, what they learned, and how it impacted their life, we're going to be sharing right after Dr. Olayemi. So please stay tuned and share the feed as you're watching us on Facebook and on YouTube. Doc, thank you so much. Hey, everyone, can you all hear us?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Except for Crystal. Crystal, we cannot see you. So FYI, you might want to turn on the video if when you're ready. Okay, here is Crystal. I think because she's driving. So Crystal, that's thank you so much. We just want to make sure that everything was fine with your set. We see Alisa and we see the other lady. Yes, good. I think you're in the set now. We will come back to you in a
Okay.
little bit to share your story, okay? But let's go to Dr. Olayemi. And these now, feel free to ask her any question when it comes to mental health, family, medical issues, anything, because she's a smart lady who knows everything, literally. So feel free to ask any questions as we engage you for the last minutes. Dr. Olayemi, so I would like to know more about your film. If you could please tell us, I mean, you actually mentioned what this encompasses, but when is it premiering? When is it showing time? And do these other details that we would like to know.
All right, so I am very excited to say that we have a sold out show at
Mm,
the Museum of Science and Industry on Sunday, the 11th day of September, this coming Sunday, and it'll be at 5 p.m. And this show is a show that speaks to real life. It is real issues that we have in our families, in our daily living. It talks about sensitive issues without the facade and without any judgment, just putting it on the screen so that people know that, you know, we all have mess in our lives. And because it is a family Christian show, it helps you to understand that God is not bothered by your mess. He loves you. And in your lowest moments, He's still saying, that my child. It is a show that makes you to understand that you're not going through this alone. It emphasizes therapy as a way to deal with a lot of things that we go through, mental health. It also emphasizes, the family, and not just the biological family,
mm,
your community, your life groups, which means that your social groups, where you can go and say, I am going through this. And
mm,
sometimes they have the answers and sometimes they don't. There's shoulders to cry on, knowing that it is safe. Sometimes we go through so many things in life and we're
mm,
hiding because we think we're the only ones. But needless to say, the next person is probably just going through the same thing, and the names of the characters is just what's different. So
mm,
it's going
mm,
to be good. We're going to have a cocktail hour. There's going to be red carpet, and Daily Motion premieres are always they're scintillating. I have to say they're once in a lifetime events. With the last one we had was also a sold out show at the museum, and it's exquisite. It's exquisite production. So it's really fun. There'll be food. There'll be musical performances by very talented artists.
mm,
I'm sorry it's sold out. I have to invite my brother. I have to invite my brother. So I'll tell you about that.
Okay.
But it's going to be a fun night. It's going to be a fun night, and I just want people to start having real conversations, and that's the whole point of this event. And in our in our minority communities and in our faith communities,
Mm.
I want us to take off the mask. I want us to take off the veil, and I want us to have conversations that will change people's lives.
Okay. Thank you so much. So Daily Motion is the name of the
Daily
film.
Motion. The website is www.dailymotionstudios.com. www.dailymotionstudios.com. You can go there and you can see pictures from our last premiere. I feel so sad that I come to talk about my premiere and we don't have tickets to sell. Isn't that stupid? I'm so sorry. I am so sorry. I
It,
mean,
it tells you the magnanimity of the success story of Dr. Olayemi Champion-ODUSOLA. Great story. We are excited and happy for you. Congratulations on this film. This is the second one, right?
this is the second in the series, and the season 3 we're going to start filming by God's grace after we do this premiere.
Awesome.
I can't wait.
And when this movie premieres, would it be out there? How can people?
It will be there. The first, a summary of the first season
Mhm.
is on Amazon Prime, by the way. So if you want to catch up to where we are,
Mhm.
it is on Amazon Prime, and it's just simply Daily Motion. So catch up to us. The second season, I Am Speaking It Into the Universe, is going to be on Netflix. I am speaking it into the universe.
Awesome.
And yes, and it is also going to be on our on Amazon, as well as our YouTube channel if all else fails.
Mm.
But I have spoken it into the universe that it is going to be on Netflix. You heard it here first.
We are blessed to have the opportunity. We believe that with
We
you.
believe it.
We accept it with you.
We believe for
Yeah.
it.
Yes.
Believe for it.
Yes. Oh man, Dr. Olayemi. It's I know that we would have you here again for a motivational show.
By the grace of
And
God.
absolutely. And we are glad to have you this moment to share a bit more about you, your story. But before you go, and so you were a family physician, you were also a film producer, you were a playwright, you were you were a psalmist. What else haven't we learned, or what are some of the hats that you wear that we have not heard this evening? If you want to share with us, these young ladies are listening; they're ready to hear it.
I'm a counselor.
Counselor.
I spend about 60% of my life counseling, and
Mm,
it's very important to me.
mm,
It's important to me because I did not have that
mm,
in my life.
mm,
And somehow I was saved by grace. I believe a lot in mentorship, and especially for the young ones.
mm,
When young people come into the room, I believe the room should stop.
mm,
I believe the room should stop. One thing about us as adults is that when children come into the room, we're looking to fix. And I do this as a mother. When my daughter comes into the room, I'm like, your hair, your clothes, fix this, fix that. But when these children come into the room, they just want to be seen.
mm,
That's what they're looking for. Even as adults, that's what we're looking for. We just want to be seen. So every day I keep talking to myself. When my daughter shows up, I need to stop trying to fix. I need to just see her and love her. So when the children came in, I can't help but smile and say, "Huh?" Because it's like that's what that's all they're looking for. They're not looking for us to say, "Oh, I need to get your hair done. We need to braid your hair. We need to do laundry." That's not what it is.
Okay, let's put what you just said to a test.
Okay, go
The
ahead.
kids,
Go ahead.
the kids are here. You know, I can put my sister on the spot because she and I, we do the same thing, and she's,
Mhm.
I think she's made me feel comfortable with her to the point where I can do this. Okay, so thank you for giving me that space
Go
and giving me
ahead,
that
brother.
energy.
You got
Alisa and Ochena, you just heard Dr. Olayemi share what kids just want. Is it true, Alisa? I think your mic is muted.
Hello?
Yes, we can hear you now.
Yeah, I think it's true
Okay.
that like kids really just want, you know, attention because they always want to be seen for something.
Mm,
I think it's just what it is. It's just you being a kid. It just makes you like feels like sometimes it feels like you're not being seen and you want to be seen
mm.
because like you're always going to feel that type of way in the world when but like everybody's not going to see you. But you just got to try and make it happen.
Hmm. Wow. Ochiena, thank you so much, Alisa, for sharing. That was very powerful. And good you just confirmed what the doctor just shared. Thank you so much. Oceana.
Hi. Okay, I really do agree with her. I think that, like Alyssa said, kids they want to be heard. They need somebody that they could talk to, that they can try to at least relate to in case they don't have like a guardian or somebody that they could talk to. Like they need like attention, um, to help to help when they're struggling.
That's so beautiful. Thank you so much for sharing. Okay, before she leaves, she has to leave at 7. I think her time is already up. Dr. Laramie, do you have a few
no. This
seconds?
is the way you can keep me. Like I would see now. This is blackmail. This is just pure blackmail. I would. This is how you can make me move everything. You didn't. I didn't pay attention because if I knew they were going to be here, then yeah. So go ahead. What do you want them to do? Because I would stop everything for this
Okay,
one. I
no,
would.
okay. Kids, she has to go, but quickly, do you all have any questions for her? Quick question for her before she leaves.
No, I don't have any questions.
Okay. Alisa, do you have any question or anything to tell her before she leaves?
No, I'm okay.
Thank you so much. Good. Thanks for saving the day because if
Thanks for saving it.
Thank you. Thank
I
you.
have some. I have something that I can share.
awesome.
And you see, as adults,
Mm,
we juggle a lot of things.
mm,
And so sometimes when you guys walk into the room, it may seem as though we don't see you, but we see you. I want you to know that we always see you. One thing I want to give you permission to do from today onwards, at any point in your home or anywhere you go to, if you ever feel as though you're not being seen, is to ask your adult to stop. If you ever feel not seen by mom or dad, not rude, just say, "Mom, can you look at me?"
mm,
Mhm.
Just ask very nicely, "Mom, can I get a hug?
Mhm.
Mom, can I hug you?" Just stop and ask. Because we as adults, we juggle a lot of things and sometimes we just forget.
mm,
You're going to get there. And I want you to have this conversation with your children.
mm.
Give them permission to stop you and ask for a hug. Don't forget, okay?
Nice.
Wow. Wow. Thank you so much, Doctor.
Yeah.
We've had so many comments. Let's try and see if we can get a few of them out there. We had Shobi was here. Thank you for joining the show. This was Abisola saying hello. Thank you for you be on the show.
Hi.
Um, Arinola is also here. Dr. Yemi. Okay, so Dr. Yeah, she was just saying hello to Dr. Yemi. So we have Afiyemi. Afiyemi also here. Thank you so much for joining us this evening. And we had BC. All things work together for good. Um, Mikado Ado was here. We had Femi says, "Are you still in touch with your Ghanaian friend?"
Yeah.
Okay, good. And then we have Tosin. We are ready. Chicago. I'm sure that's for the premiere right on Saturday.
Yes.
Okay. Great job. Thank you, AK Dr. Alinko. Hope to see you and fabulous guests at this weekend 22 Yoruba Cultural Exchange Festival. The date is September 10th. Okay, same time, 5 p.m. Okay. Dr. Wally, thank you so much for bringing in this. And last comment, a few of them, but because of her time, she said, "Hey, big sis, you are doing great from Bambi."
Yay!
And this one is from Speak It Into Existence. We don't know the name, but this one is Ariwa Jo
Oh,
Ajayi.
girl.
Word so true. Thank you so much, all of you, for this one is thank you for having us, Abisola. And this is from Jimmy says beautiful. This last one says lovely show, Moto Lani. Thank you all. Dr. Olayemi, I apologize for taking 4 or 5 minutes out of your schedule. I know you're a very busy lady, but we really appreciate you coming on. We can't wait for the next one so we can delve deeper into some of these things that you do and how you've been inspiring our societies for the years. Thank you so much once again. If you have any closing remarks before we go, please go ahead and do so.
I thank you for all that you do. Thank you so much for brightening my evening with the young ones. And thank you so much, parents. I am so grateful for the time that I had here. And every time that you get tired, just know that you're changing the world.
Mm.
Every time that you don't have as much time to do all that you do,
Mm.
know that every view counts, just the one counts, and all that you do is changing one life at a time. I appreciate you.
Thank you once again. I appreciate you as well, your family, for allowing
We
you to
appreciate
be
you as
here.
well.
We appreciate you. Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank you.
Very
Thank you.
welcome.
All right, we will
Yeah.
take a short break. When we come back, the show continues with Crystal Dyer and her kids. We're going to talk about their trip to Ghana, their experiences, what they learned, and so forth. So please keep sharing the feed on Facebook and YouTube. We shall be right back after this short break. Welcome back to the Progressive Mind Show. My name is Alinko. We're going to go straight to Crystal Dyer. She is the founder and CEO of crystalworldtravel.org. No, Crystal Ghana again. No, I'm sorry. Crystal Dyer Travels and Tours. I'm sorry, Crystal Dyer Travels and Tours, and she organizes the Ghana Again trip, taking kids from America to Ghana. Crystal, welcome back on the show. The last time we had a great conversation. Welcome back.
Hi, thanks so much.
And these are the Chicago Austin Youth Travel Adventures. And Crystal, it looks like we lost your feed. Jeanette Johnson, can you hear us nice and clear?
Yes, I can. I can
All
hear
right.
you. Yes.
Awesome. Can you tell us the role you play with the Chicago Austin Youth Travels Adventures?
Okay. First of all, thank you for allowing me to be a part of this conversation. And just like the doctor said, I'm excited about having the young people on as well. My role is I am on the board for CATA, Chicago Austin Youth Travel and Tours. And I'm also a volunteer. I volunteer, and I've been with Crystal and the organization for the last 2.5 years, 2 years. And I was able to go to Ghana with them as a chaperone and to have the best experience I could ever say. Was my third time going to Ghana. And I have to say, with the young people being there, made it even better. I assist Crystal, like I say, as a volunteer with CATA, with all the different events and tours and whatever she needs, I'm there. I'm a retired, my history, I retired 3 years ago from the Bellwood Police Department as a police officer, and I work in community policing with our youth and the parents and all kind of things that you have to do as a police officer. So this was my heart's desire to continue to serve communities and work with young people. And CATA has been all of that and more for me. So I'm thankful to be with CATA, knowing Crystal Dyer and the young people that went to Ghana. I have to say, when getting to know them was nice, but knowing them now after they've returned, they're like other people. They're not the same anymore. And I knew that would happen because, like I said, I've been to Ghana before. And in 2019, I was able to take my granddaughter with me, who was 16 at the time. And again, I told her mother before we left that I don't know what's going to happen, but the spirit is there. Spirit of God is there. And I'm going to bring you back another daughter. And it happened then. So it happened again with these young people here. And it'll keep happening because it's a sacred place. What can I say? Hello? Okay. Oh, no.
I'm sorry. I can hear Crystal. Can you hear us now?
Yes, I can. I can hear you.
Crystal, how
Did you
long?
get to hear?
Yes,
Yes.
we heard everything you said, Jeanette.
Okay. All right. Just checking. Okay.
Hey, Oceana, you might want to tilt your phone sideways so that your sister can be seen. Okay. You want to tilt it to the side, like you know how you hold a landscape. There you go. There you go. That's good. Crystal, how long have you been taking these kids to Ghana?
Since 2018
Okay.
was our first trip to Ghana. And so the nonprofit was founded in 2015. Our first trip to Ghana was 2018. And then, of course, we were going, at that time, we were going to make the journey to Africa every other year. But then we had, COVID. And so this was our first time since then.
What was the inspiration behind you starting taking kids to Ghana? Kids from Chicago to Ghana.
Well, in 2015, I founded Chicago Austin Youth Travel Adventures. My grandson was murdered in 2011 on the west side of Chicago. And so, I had this just this desire to help the kids in the community be able to have increase their self-esteem and to help them see that they had a whole life ahead of them outside of the community. And so God sent me the message that travel was the key. And so travel is what helped my kids. It helped me. And so in 2017, I started to volunteer at the Juvenile Correction Center in Chicago on Roosevelt Road, inspiring the young people who were incarcerated, to be able to see, outside of those walls.
Thank you for giving us that powerful background. Yeah, Oceana, okay, so I think your phone, I wanted your phone to be that way so we can see you and your sister, but if it's not working because of the setting, then that's fine. Elisa and Amaya, you are sisters, right? Awesome. You may want to unmute yourself.
Yeah.
Awesome. How old? Who is the eldest?
I am.
Okay, and how old are you?
I'm 12.
Okay, and then Amaya is.
Yeah, I'm Amaya,
Oh, I'm sorry. Okay, the name. All right, so Elisa is.
the youngest.
How old are you, Elisa?
I'm 11.
Okay, and this is the first time you go into Ghana.
Yes.
Okay. Um, do you know if your parents have been to Africa before?
Uh, no, they never been
Okay,
to Africa before.
okay, you don't. Okay, as much as you know, yeah, as much as you are aware, you don't know if they've been to Africa. The reason why I asked is sometimes we, per our experiences, we would like our children to have same. And so if you have gotten the opportunity to go to Ghana, one would assume that your parents went and wanted you to have the experience. So if your parents didn't go, were they the ones that took you to Crystal, or did Crystal reach out to you? And how uh, did your parents kind of encourage you to be part or to take on this adventure?
Well, our mother, I think she just kind of like got Crystal's number.
Okay.
They knew her, and then Miss Crystal just invited us to go to Ghana. My mom's like, well, that's a once in a lifetime opportunity. So,
Mm,
she was like, yeah, sure, let's go. And from there, our mom told us, and we're just really excited.
mm. Prior to you talking to Crystal, did mom or anybody in your family ever share anything about Ghana or Africa with you?
No, I don't think any of our relatives been to Ghana before. I think
Mhm.
it's just us,
Okay,
and which I really liked about it, cause like we could tell our relatives like what we did in Ghana.
awesome. And no, what I'm asking is, did anybody ever speak to you, whether in school or church or friends? I mean, anybody ever talk to you about Ghana or Africa up until you met Crystal?
Not that I know of.
No,
No.
no. Okay, good, good. How about you, Oceana? Am I pronouncing the name correctly?
It's Oceana, but for the most part, you got it.
Thank you. Right. So, how did you get connected, or how did you get to know Crystal?
So I was a Girl Scout at Austin Town Hall Park, and my director, Diane Hawkins, she came to the girls and she told us like there's this organization called CADA. They do trips and they're going to Africa. Is anybody interested? So me and I was interested, and I told my mom about it, and she got in contact with Miss Crystal, and now we went.
Awesome. Also, you went and you had an awesome experience, right?
Yes, I
Yeah.
did. It was.
How old are you? How old are you, if I may ask?
I am 14.
Okay. And prior to you meeting Crystal, and her organization, did you ever know about Africa, whether through your parents, your
Um,
family members, or even in school?
well, I know like the basics. Like it's a continent, and we are descended from there. Just like it's not basic, but knowledge,
Okay.
common knowledge. But uh, I've never like truly known the history that we learned there.
How long were you in Ghana for, Crystal?
We were out there for 13 days, and we made it to Chicago on the 14th day.
Okay. Thanks for responding to that. Do you remember the name of the town you were living in when you were in Ghana?
We landed in Accra, but we went to a lot of different cities in Africa.
Okay. Before you took the trip, before you embarked on Ghana, on the journey to go to Ghana, what was going through your mind? What were you thinking about? What were you telling your friends? Oceana, and then Elisa and Maya, I want you to respond to the same question.
Okay, so I was telling my friends like, yeah, I'm going to Africa. The trip is for free, non-profit organization and stuff. And I was telling them basically, I don't know. I was just excited. I was nervous.
Mm,
I didn't really know what to think because I didn't know what to expect.
mhm,
Like how it's portrayed on the media, they make it seem like it's such a bad thing and it's like underrated. But once you got there, it's actually not that bad. It's
Okay. So even as young as you had a very good feel of Africa your very first time. Elisa and Maya, would you like to respond to the same question?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, go
So,
ahead.
like, before I went to Ghana, after I heard the news, I was just really excited. I told my friends because my mom would like listen to Burna Boy and stuff. And then it was because like she was like, okay, so we're going somewhere. I'm like, whoa, what is it? So then she started playing Burna Boy. I'm like, and my little sister, she was like, are we going to Africa? And she was like, yeah, yeah, we are. And I was just so happy. I was like, I'm like, wow, we really are. And then I told my friends, and then they were all so excited for me. But then, when I got on the plane, I just didn't know what to expect. Like what
Mm,
Jana said, I was just like really excited. I
mm.
just, I couldn't contain my excitement.
Wow. How about you, Elisa?
Um, when I told my friends, they were like really excited for me. I was just really excited myself because like when we were flying in the air, I like couldn't believe that we were actually going to Africa. At first, I thought it was gonna be like a 15-hour flight. I was wrong though. We had to take different stops. But when we landed in Africa, it was kind of like shocking to like know that you were there because like you were just on the plane and then like all of a sudden you're like in Africa.
Well, before you got on the plane and embarked on Africa, what did you know about it? Were you taught anything about Africa in school or from friends? Or did you hear anything about Africa from friends?
Well, from Africa, from school, we just learned like about like different things like the culture at school, but it wasn't really much. We didn't
Right.
learn much about the culture of
Mm,
Africa in school. All
okay.
we just learned about was like the slaves and stuff, how
Mhm.
they got to America, and it would kind of get a little aggravating because every year you're learning the same thing about the American thing, blah blah
Mm,
blah, and then you just kind of want to learn something different, like
mm.
because like when we were brought to learn like the dance, the other cultures, like
Yeah.
it caught my eye, and
Yeah.
I was like, wow, really cool.
Well, very interesting. I'm getting very intrigued with your responses and even your reaction to the cultural change because one would imagine how huge that would be for young ladies. And so I'm really impressed with the way you all took it. Haven't had any type of in-depth information about Africa. So when you were learning about Africa, did you think it was one country called Africa, or you had different lots of countries making up the continent? Uh,
So
go ahead.
so I thought it was like I didn't know like so all I thought there was is just Africa,
Mm,
Ghana, and that was it. I didn't know that like there was gonna be like a city to it. I didn't know that we were like going to a crawl and all that. Cause like I was just like, oh, we're going to Africa and we're going to Ghana, but no, there's different cities
Yeah,
in
mm,
Ghana.
in
mm.
different regions.
Yeah, go ahead, Amaya.
Yeah, because it was like really different regions, and I kind of noticed, when we were like taking like the road trip to it, I saw like a lot of different things because I had a certain vision like what Africa would be.
Mm.
There was like a
And,
lot of
and what is that?
I kind of thought it would be kind of like I don't know like a lot of animals there. And then, I guess I was just really shocked. I was like, observing everything. Wow, it's really
so
beautiful there.
So you just thought it was one little city, one town where animals were just walking around with people, the same, people and animals sharing the same space on trees.
Yes.
You literally had that picture in mind.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay, so so when you were up, hovering on the land and you're about to land, you're looking at the landscape before you landed. Did you get a chance to see outside the window before you landed?
No, I was in the middle seat, but then like I could look over and I saw like I don't know, I saw like the sun
Okay.
because it was yeah. But
Okay. Great.
I guess when I got off the sorry, I guess when I kind of got off the plane, I saw everything like, whoa, we're here.
Right.
hmm
And were you surprised, like when you were seeing planes, you were at the airport, so you're seeing folks and things going on? Were you wondering, okay, where are the animals? Where are the trees? Was that going on in your mind?
Kind of, yeah.
So it took you a long time because I'm sure that during your stay, you were still looking out to see a lot of animals running around.
Yeah, I guess yeah. I was looking to see, but then when when we were like driving to a region, I saw like bamboo. Wait, like I don't know how to pronounce them, but they were like monkeys. I'm like, yay! I get to
Yeah.
see animals.
Okay. All right. So you were expecting to see a whole bunch of animals and people mingling, in the same time, together. And then you got there, you didn't see the animals. It took you some time to see animals. And then when you saw them, you're like, okay, finally, I'm seeing the animals that I
Yeah.
talked about. Beautiful experience. Oceana, I don't know if there's anything that you wanted to respond to that I didn't give you the chance to.
When I got off the plane,
Mhm.
I seen like just the Africa. I was looking. I'm like, what is this? Because like she said, well, I didn't expect it to be a whole bunch of trees and animals and stuff, but it was like a big difference from Chicago because Chicago has a lot of buildings and stores and everything, but there it wasn't really that much. Like it was just the airport and it was just like a few buildings.
Okay.
But here it's a lot more, but
Yeah.
it's not bad. And our airport is different. The atmosphere is different. It was
Okay. Great experience, and I'm glad that you had this. We will talk about what you did in the towns where you visited and what you learned there. So Jeanette and Crystal, thanks so much for putting this together. um how many kids did you how many kids did you take the previous time, and how many do you take this time?
Okay, well, the first journey, we only took one young man, and passport problems and different things. And even this particular time, we originally had 15 children that we were going to take, but again, different issues with documentation. Of course, now they have the vaccine regulations also. So we had some problems there because no one can enter Ghana without having the COVID vaccine. So, but our goal next year, because we are going back again August of next year, is to take 10 youth. This time we took 4. And one of the young ladies, she couldn't be on today because she has an ear infection. Tanaya has an ear infection, girls. So yeah, she couldn't be on tonight.
Wow, sorry to hear that, and thank you again, Jeanette, for the vision that you have. And I know this is going to grow. In a bit, we'll talk about the festival that is coming, but let's hear more from the kids. You're watching the Progressive Mind Show. My name is Alinko, and we are talking to Crystal Dyer and the Chicago Austin kids that visited Ghana recently. They're sharing their stories. It's amazing. It's amazing the gap that has existed among us for a long time, and specifically Black people, those on the continent of Africa and here in America. It's mind blowing. So if you support and encouraged by what we're doing on the Progressive Mind Show, please go on our website. When you type it, it pops up, and support us. We are 501c3, so your donations would be our tax deductible. Keep supporting us so we can keep bringing you these shows week in, week out. We're also, like I said earlier, looking for volunteers, interns in the area of production, social media management, and even admin, and folks who know how to write grants. We are looking, and we need your help to keep us doing these shows and other community events that we have been engaging in over the years. We also build websites, apps, logos, not the Progressive Minds show, but Progressive Minds Media. We do apps, websites, flyers, logos. So if you need those, any artwork, reach out to us at info.progressiveminds at gmail.com or 815-409-9123. Well, let's go back to our beautiful audience. I mean, it's our beautiful guest this evening. For all who have been watching us this evening, we really want to thank you for your participation and your encouragement, for all the comments that have come through. Those that I have not been able to read in this, as the show goes on, we'll try and get it out. We really appreciate you. Please keep encouraging us and sharing the feed. Let's go back to the kids here. But before I continue, it's important that we take this opportunity to educate everyone that's watching us, who don't know about Africa. Because I've literally had people, whether white, black, whatever it is, asking me questions about Africa. Sometimes very basic questions like, where is it? Which part of the, does it have countries? Does it have very obnoxious questions, sometimes strange, but it's not, it's not personal. It's nothing personal. Africa has 55 countries. So kids, as you're listening, 55 different countries. Compare it to the United States. It has about 50 states or 51. Africa is the same way. We only don't call our states, we call them countries. Part of the reason is that all the countries have not come together like the way the states in this country have come together to form a union. We haven't done so. As a matter of fact, this was something the first president of Ghana, Dr. Kwame Nkrumah, after he got independence 1956 for Ghana, he went on to preach the unity of Africa to the entire 55 countries to come together to form a union. So he started what you call the Organization of Africa Unity, which has transformed to now what we have as AU, Africa Unity. The goal for Dr. Kwame Nkrumah was to have Africa unite, just like you have the United States of America, for the good of the people of the continent. But it's a long history. Another time we can host experts here who can go into that history. So just know that Ghana is one country. Again, for instance, Illinois in the United States, and Ghana is on the west part of Africa. Africa has five continents. Sorry, 5 continents. He has the west of Africa, east, south, north, central. So these are the 5 continents and 5 regions, and in each region are different countries which make up the entire continent. The continent is so huge it can fit both the United States and Europe at the same time. Biggest continent on the globe. Africa is the biggest continent. It has the most youth population, which is of about 1.2 billion. It has the most natural resources on Earth. Every natural resource, every mineral you're looking for on Earth is on the continent of Africa. The material that is used to produce the phone is gotten only from Africa. And so there are a lot of facts that we can give you in the days to come when it comes to the continent. So this is just to help the kids on this show to know more about it. So where you went to is Ghana, which is on the west part of Africa, which also has Nigeria, Togo, Benin, Burkina Faso, Mali, Cote d'Ivoire, Cameroon, and Togo, and all of that. Okay, on the west. And then on the north, you have Morocco, Egypt, Libya, Tunisia, Algeria, all on the north. And then South Africa, you have Zimbabwe, you have Zambia, you have Botswana, you have South Africa as a country. It's up on the south of Africa and on the east and the central. So it's a huge continent. Okay, so time will not permit us to go into all of it. Another day we can do that. That said, Amaya and Alisa, Do you remember the town in which you visited when you were in Ghana?
I'm pretty sure it was Accra, Kumasi. So it's one starts with a V, but I forgot. And I think it was Asante.
Okay. Is that the Volta region?
Yeah.
Okay, great. Um, and so you were traveling. Were you going, Crystal? So it was you, Jeanette, and the 3, 4. How many? You said you had 5 young kids this time around.
It was 4 youth, and then Amaya and Alyssa's mom came also, because by them being under the normal age, their mom had to also accompany us.
Awesome. And then you had sponsorship money to cater for all their needs.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Now, when is the next trip?
The next trip is going to be August of 2023. So we will be firming up the date right in the next month, in October. We will be putting our calendar together for the last quarter of this year on to August of next year. And so we will be going somewhere around August 1st next year in 2023.
Okay, and have you opened registrations to take more students already, or there's a specific time you're going to do this?
I'm going to open registrations at the Gone Again Fest this Saturday at the festival. We will have the date for the next year trip. And the thing is, we have a whole program. So this year, our program is going to start also in October, and where the youth will start. We created a program called Ancestry Road. And so the youth will start tracing their family tree and their heritage back to whatever country their ancestors came from, and then we'll start we'll have study groups. So if their families most of our families started in Africa, and so doing those ancestry programs, I have a whole program put together. And the library, the Austin Library, which is in our community, they have already set aside certain books on ancestry that our youth and our adults, can also follow. And then,
awesome. I'll come back to the festival. But Jeanette Johnson, anything that you wanted to contribute so far that you missed a chance, or maybe I forgot to get your opinion on?
On this trip, it really showed me how important it is for our organization to continue what we're doing, and that is making a pathway for the young people in our communities to really get to know their history, and doing it not just in conversation, but actually physically being able to go there. Okay. But again, preparing them in different ways, even watching your show, because I was able to listen to the doctor prior to us coming on, and it's some things that I have to say we can learn from so many different resources, and this would be a good start to help them, educate them prior to even going. But awesome. We're looking forward to taking more children next year and the year after that. And, until it'll be just a regular thing, just to go to Ghana, just to go to the continent, to whatever country we choose to. Yeah.
Awesome. Awesome. Thank you so much, Jeanette, for a great input. But that is very, very important, what you just shared.
Yeah.
So Oceana, can you, I don't know if she's on, but let's go to Elisa and Maya. Among all these towns you went to, which one would you, first of all, is there a place that you would say was your favorite?
Like in the towns?
In the towns that you visited in Ghana?
I'd probably say I have 2. Probably Accra, and I don't know how to pronounce it, but it was like Asante.
Okay. Kumasi?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So because the reason why I liked it, because when we went to the Kumasi, like there when we like went to like the Asante Kingdom, I'm pretty sure.
Yep. Yep.
And then you know, when we had to get our naming ceremony,
Mhm.
which like, you know, with the Queen Mother and the Chief, they both like, you know, did a prayer for us, and we got our names, our Ghanaian names. And I don't know, it was really life changing because I remember we were like preparing for the traditional ceremony. We
Mm.
put on traditional dresses, and then, you know, when we were walking to the palace, to, you know, I made friends there, and you know, the little kids of the village. And then, you know, walking to the towards the palace, you know, we heard like these big loud drums.
Mm.
Those playing kind of like welcoming us, you know.
Mm. Mm.
And it was just, I was like, wow.
Mm.
And you know, and then we did a little dance for the Queen Mother and
Mm.
the Chief, and it just really made me feel special about myself.
Mm. Wow, it made you feel special by yourself.
Yeah,
It is not to say that you never felt special by yourself, but you were saying that this took your special feeling to another level that you
yeah,
never imagined.
yeah.
Mm. Did you feel like a little pretty royal princess?
Kind of, yeah.
Yes.
Awesome, awesome, awesome. Alisa, was that the same experience for you?
Yes.
How did you feel when you went through the naming ceremony and all of that?
It was like really special. What I just loved, it was like when we danced for the Queen Mother, like she said, and when they said a little prayer over us, and they washed our feet and our arms. It was just like really special. And then we got these scarves that said our names on it, and it was just really amazing.
When they wash your feet and your hands, did they tell you why they were doing that?
Yes, there was trying like the Queen Mother. She would like they were washing her. She was washing her feet, and I think she put like some oil on her arms.
Mhm.
She got like a hard boiled egg that she put on her head, and what she was doing was that she was connecting us to our ancestors.
Wow. Wow. Thank you so much for sharing. So, what is your Ghanaian name, Amaya?
I don't know how to pronounce it, but I'll try my best. It's a Jawa, and what it means is that it means brave and confident. And then when the guy who was translating for the Queen Mother, she was saying like what they want us to be. I think she wanted she said for me kind of like a model, like a leader.
Mm. Mm. How about you? What's your Ghanaian name, Alisa?
Mine is Abena Fema, and it means calm and respectful.
Wow. Wow, that's so powerful. So Ajua, do you know why you were called Ajua?
Well, yes, because it depends on like what day of the week you were born in.
Exactly.
So I was born on Monday, so my name would be
Ajua. You got it. You got
Ajwa.
it. Yeah. Yeah. I was born on Monday, so guess what my name is?
It starts with the A.
Mm-mm.
No, it's not.
Mm,
maybe Alisa can help you.
you know what it is.
Isn't
Okay.
it like different for the gender?
Yes.
Um,
It usually starts with a K.
Kofi.
No, Kwejo. Kwejo. So it could be Kojo, Kwejo, or Kujo, right? I'm from the Volta region, so the LS would say Kujo, it would be Kujo, but for the Ashantis or the Kants, it will be Kwejo or Kojo. All right, so that's for the male. So I was born on a Monday, and so good to see a Monday born on the show. I'm really happy. Yeah, good. Krista, what's your day? I'm sure you got one too.
Oh yeah, of course. And I was born on a Monday also. So let's see here. Let's see.
The Mondays are winning it.
Yeah, Mondays are kicking it today. Okay. Yeah. Let's see. Adwa Fosua.
Okay. Ajua Fosia.
Yeah,
Ajua
Fosia.
Fosia. Okay, great.
Yeah.
Jeanette, did you get one yourself?
Yes. Akoa. I was born
Ikea.
on Wednesday.
Awesome. Beautiful.
Akia. Yeah.
Great. And kids, I know you had lots of food. Was there any favorite that you want to share, Alisa and Maya?
My favorite food was like the place we ate at.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure you ate a lot of food. I mean, different type of food in different places, but is there any kind that you'd be like, okay, this is my favorite among all the stuff that you ate in Ghana?
I really liked the fried rice and the tan soup.
Okay, fried rice and tan soup. I'm trying to figure out what tan soup is, but Amaya, do you know what that tan soup is?
I know. I mean, I tried it. I think it's like this red soup. I don't really know what it is, but I tasted it. But it tasted really good. It was red.
Do you know if it was made out of palm nut? Did they tell you what it was?
No, it just said tan soup. So
Tan soup. Okay. Is that okay? So she likes fried rice and tan soup. How about you, Maya?
well, there was a lot of variety of food. I tried the fufu. It wasn't like my favorite. It was okay, but what I probably say is probably the fried rice there, and there was like the fried rice there. The chicken was really good. When we tried when a tour guide like because sometimes in Accra it's a really busy city, so when we were when they were like selling things off the street,
Yeah.
it was like he bought like this like it's kind of like a donut, like a munchkin, and it was like really good. I think that was my favorite one. I was trying to get another one, but I don't really have any more. But that was probably my favorite. It tasted really good.
Okay. Do you wish that some of this food that you tasted, that you can have them on a regular basis here in Chicago?
Well, probably the fried rice, because sometimes they make food a little bit more different there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not used to, but for sure, I would say the fried rice.
Awesome.
Just the fried rice had more flavor, and it tasted way more better.
Beautiful. Did you tell me how you felt about how the kids received you and interacted with you? I'll start with Amaya.
I know my mom, she loved the kids. Like, she loved them so much. What I thought of the kids, they were like really shy, sometimes when you meet a new person, you could get, shy.
Yeah.
But, because like when they're sometimes I was like talking to them, like, hi, what's your name? And then they're like mumbling some words, and like, and then, they was just like, my name is so and so. But sometimes I couldn't really hear them because, they were shy, but, they were really adorable. And then like,
Did they, Alisa, did they interact with you? Were they shying away from you? How do you feel about how the kids interacted with you, Alisa?
It's kind of like what Amaya said. Like, they were a little shy, but like they were, for me, they kind of like spoke up and like spoke their mind about it, and they just told me their name. Like, sometimes they would like mumble little words, and I wouldn't know what they were saying. Because like, I understand you can be kind of nervous to meet someone you don't know.
Right.
and
Go ahead.
and what I also noticed there, because what I really admired is that, the atmosphere is really friendly, and they all work as a team. Because sometimes when they're helping us with something, like like there's like tips, you can give them some tips, and then you can ask them who's the leader, and then they could be like him, and then you give the tip from them to them, and I really admire that because they all work as a team, And I just really find that, really, like, I wish there was a greater word for incredible,
Yeah.
because, they were all like, even though, they may have not been siblings, but, they were all like, I don't know how to describe it.
Mm. You saw love and you saw family in the kids because they were just expressing and related to everybody as though they were siblings, even though you knew all of them were not siblings.
Yeah,
Mm.
maybe if some of them were, but, it was just, I really loved that.
Mm. Do you love it more so because you don't see a lot of it here in America?
Yeah, because, sometimes, yeah, because, sometimes when you're like, I don't know how to describe it, but
Yeah.
I like that because, I see, like more of love and care,
Mm.
within like the neighborhoods
Mm.
of the villages and there, rather I see in America, and then I don't know, it felt more welcoming. Like
Yeah.
the atmosphere was like more friendly. I didn't, I just felt, relaxed.
Yeah. You felt relaxed. How about you, Elisa?
It's kind of what like Amaya said again. Um, it was like you wouldn't get that type of energy that you got in America. Like everybody was like, they like weren't like, like so far away. It was like I don't really know how to explain it. It's kind of difficult to
Mm.
describe that feeling,
Mm.
but like it's just kind of like they surrounded you.
With love.
Yeah,
Yeah, with the atmosphere and all that.
like they were kind of like down to earth. Like you could like talk to them without, feeling any kind of way.
Wow. Let me tell you this, kids. This is powerful what you're sharing. And I'm glad that you had this experience because what you saw is who we are. What you saw is you. That is us. We love people. We're we're loving. We are, the culture is rich. You saw the culture is powerful. And so the attitude that those kids exhibited is exactly what all of us are. Your mom, your dad, your uncles. It doesn't matter if we're on the continent of Africa or we're here in the United States or we're in Europe. That is the core of your heritage. Okay. And as a core of you as a black, beautiful black lady, or as a beautiful black man watching and listening, or probably watching this later, that is your core. We are powerful, we love, we are nice, but we are not weak. We are strong. All right. So so I'm glad that you had that experience. You felt love, and I want you to carry this with you as you grow. If you ever go again, learn more and give. But I want you to carry this confidence and this richness in you and with you as you go on in your life and become the great, excellent ladies that God has destined you. Amaya, looks like you wanted to say something.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So what I wanted to say, like, the experiences, they were life changing. Like the people were so friendly there, and when I got back, when we were on the airport, I wasn't ready to leave, and I just started crying because it was so life changing. And then like I saw, they were just so friendly, and I don't know, sorry, and it was just really life changing because I saw a lot of nature, and it was just really beautiful. And our tour guide, they showed us everything. They taught us about the history there. Like you said about the independence, like 1957.
Yeah.
And we went to, I think, W.E.B. Du Bois house.
Yes.
Web, yeah. And when we got our fabrics, it was just really life changing.
Awesome. Awesome. What else? Oceana, I know you probably were listening to us while you were away. And we've talked about a lot of things, but what would you say impressed you the most, or what would you say did you learn the most about your visits to Ghana. And I know you went to Cape Coast. I mean, Kumasi, the Volta region, just like Elisa and Maya. Is that correct?
Yes. I learned how close everybody was, like their family, like how the whole family system worked, because it's so different from here. Like there in Ghana, everybody stays together, like your mother, grandfather, everybody, and your bloodline continues on through the mother. Like with here, we just call it as it is, and we move away from our parents. We get our own house, but there everybody they stay connected as like one. And I found that really like interesting because it's just different than what we have here.
How did that change your life? Thank you so much for sharing. But how did that affect you as a person? And what would you say? Would you say there has been a transformation at the core of you as you walk through this life in this country and even probably anywhere else you may end up?
It made me want to appreciate my mother more, because like our teacher, he was telling us how the bloodline continues through the mother. So it's not like, well, yeah, it made me appreciate her more, because without her, it's just like, well, we wouldn't even be here. That's why they appreciate women so much, um, where we were.
In Ghana?
Yeah, in Ghana. I can't think of the city that we were in when I learned that. That's why. But yeah.
So you notice, if I heard you correctly, you notice that in Ghana, or in Ghana, you notice that women are treated well or respected in a way that you admire. Is that what you're saying?
Yes, I do admire it, because how women are treated here, like we have unfair rights. They make certain things illegal for us, and it's not okay. It should be our right to do what we want to do. And out there, the women, they have it however they want it, and it's like they're praised. But here, we have to fight for what we want, and I really don't agree with that. That's why when we were there, I like learning about it so much.
Did you make some friends while you were there?
Yeah, cause it's just like everybody's so nice and easy to talk to. So if I'm just walking down the street, or not walking down the street, cause we wasn't, but if we went to like a village or a city or something where just like the locals, they were nice to talk to. So yeah, I did.
Were you surprised to see our villages compared to what we would call village here? Because in the United States, if you go to a village, you're talking about,
The city.
is that exactly a city? But were you surprised when you saw village in Ghana?
Well, yeah, I guess a village is kind of like a neighborhood here. So just seeing the difference between the neighborhood is like a real big difference. Like we got like houses made out of brick. They do too, but it's just not as much work put into it. Like they do everything themselves. With us, we have to go through the city and the government and stuff. But they get to do it how they want, and it's just different.
Did you feel any connection that did you feel like you belong to them and they belong to you? Did you kind of have that kind of connection while you were there?
Yeah, I really did, because like it was this one time a man came up to me, and he wanted to take a picture with me, and he said, "Hello, my sister," and I was like, "Hi," and he said, "We can be related and you wouldn't even know it," and it was funny to me, because it's like he's telling the truth, and because I'm descendant of somebody who was there, who was actually there, so I would never know if me and that man actually could be cousins or related.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Beautiful. Did you get a Ghana name too?
Yes, my name was Abena Tumwa. I was part of the Asante tribe.
Abuna, I think it's Chumwa.
Yeah, Tumwa.
Awesome. Beautiful. And my sister, actually, two of my sisters are Abuna. So we have
Oh,
a lot of commonality. I mean, a lot of things in common on this platform.
yeah.
I was born on Monday. I have two people here born on Monday. And then, Janet, you were born on Tuesday too. You were mute.
Oh, Wednesday. I was born on Wednesday.
Wednesday. Okay, so you were the only, yeah, you were born on, okay, so you were the only Ikea on the show. Wow, we have had a very informative, powerful show. Lisa and Maya, Oceana, you guys are brilliant. I can see, I already see a leader in Amaya. Like, you all are leaders, but I'm seeing a community activist or something in that, in that realm. But you all are brilliant, smart leaders and queens at the same time. But let's talk within the last few minutes. Crystal, we couldn't even talk much about the festival. So tell us a bit about the festival, because it's coming this Saturday, right?
Yes, yes. The Gone Again Festival is this Saturday, September. I'm getting ready to jump into October, okay? September the 10th. And it's an all-day event from 10 a.m. to 7 p.m. And you're actually our MC this year, right?
Yep, I'm the MC, definitely.
Yeah, he's gonna be our MC, and you ladies will get a chance to talk to him. He's actually a Ghanaian, and so in any little pieces that you didn't know about Ghana, guess what? Now you have him. Now you got an official big brother that can tell you everything you need to know.
Absolutely.
Yes.
We're definitely excited about it. Jeanette, can you tell us a little bit about it? What should people expect? Where can people get tickets? Where is it going to be at? All of that good stuff.
Okay, well, the event number one is free to the community residents, whoever comes up. And the entertainment, there will be food vendors there. There'll be vendors there that will give away items and things that you can purchase. And we're going to be selling T-shirts at the festival. And the reason why we're selling the T-shirt, again, is to start raising money for the next group to go to Ghana.
So, Crystal, this is the second annual. You started this Ghana Again Festival last year.
Yes, one of the youth, Noelle, in the Chicago Austin Youth Travel Adventure, she came up with the name. I have, I'm the owner of Gone Again Travel and Tours, the only Black-owned brick and mortar travel agency on the west side of Chicago. And so since we had started actually going to Ghana and teaching them about their heritage in Ghana, West Africa, she came up with the spin on the name Gone Again. And so we actually, like say, highlight, and just bring to the forefront of our minds in the community that we're all connected. We're connected to the motherland. We're connected to Ghana. It opens the adults up and the youth to want to learn more about Africa.
That's very powerful. Thank you for sharing. So this coming Saturday at the Austin, in the Chicago Austin area, you are going to be witnessing the second annual Ghana Again Festival. This is brought to you by the Chicago Austin Youth Travel Adventures. At this festival, there's going to be a lot of music, as she says. It's going to be cultural dance performance. It's going to be crafts, vendors. There's going to be food trucks. And we're also going to have some special guests who are going to be speaking. We still have Bishop Lancey coming. Bishop Lancey is coming, right, Crystal?
Yeah, Bishop Lance Davis is coming. Congressman Danny Davis, Alderman Chris Talaferro, state reps Camille Lilly and Sean Ford, and many more. It's a community event. Everyone is going to come out to support Chicago Austin Youth Travel Adventures, because that's how the event started. It's really, a fundraiser. We take donations. The event is free and everything. We want everyone to come out. We also have a lot of great free things to give away also, because we support the youth, we support the family. So we have normally like 2/10 of free giveaways that people donate to us. So and of course we have children, so we have toys also. So bring the kids and the family out, enjoy the music, and then our youth that you see here today, they're actually going to perform with the dance troupe, with the African dance troupe at the festival.
Okay. So we're looking. So Alisa, Maya, Amaya, and Oceana will be there performing.
Yes, they will be performing. They will be opening the show up at 11 o'clock. They'll do African dance with Move Me Soul. It's a local dance troupe here in Austin, and they will open the show dancing with the artists in Move Me Soul.
Beautiful. Again, this is the Chicago Austin Youth Travel Adventures, and they present second annual Ghana Again Festival. We want to bring culture to the West Side, and thankfully, Crystal Dyer and a great team, Jeanette Johnson, and everybody that has been helping her organization, including the Progressive Mind Show, we want to make sure that we're bringing heavily culture to the West Side. And so if you are out there, please share. The information is on Progressive Minds Instagram page. The flyer is there. Right after this show, we're going to put it up on our pages again. It's on my personal page, which is Senna Alinko on Facebook. Please make sure you are sharing. It's free for everyone. Austin, different cultures, that the themes are Austin, different cultures, one people, one love. Different cultures, one people, one love. This coming Saturday, and it's going to start from 10:30 a.m. to 7 p.m. Remember, food, dance, music, craft, vendors, and plenty of fun. Like she said, Congressman Daniel Davis will be there. Bishop Lance Davis will also be there. Alderman Talaferro, if I pronounce the name correctly, he's also going to be there. Other states officials are going to be present. It's going to be a lot of fun. So this coming Saturday at Chicago Austin area, I want to read the venue out correctly. Is there a particular address, Crystal Dyer?
Yes. The it's at Austin Town Hall Park at 5610 West Lake Street. It's right at Lake and Central Street, right by the L track and Lake Street in the Austin community, 5600 West.
Okay, and this is the Austin Town Hall Park. Hall Park. Great festival. We are all excited. We just finished the Africa International Festival of the Arts. Great event. We are wrapping up with this one. It probably will be I think there's another festival coming, but this Ghana Again Festival at the Austin Town Hall Park in Chicago, west side of Chicago. It's a must. Come and witness the culture that's going to be displayed on the west side of Chicago with all the state officials and very important personalities. I will be there to help MC. I am the MC, and looking forward to all of you to share our history, to share our culture, and to just bond and to understand that we are one people, different colors, but one people. So thank you so much for a powerful theme, Crystal Dyer and your team, for putting this together. Lastly, I just want to time is fast spent. I mean, we've gone past our time, sorry. And so Alisa and Maya, and then Oceana, I want you to give us your last remarks, but let's start with Jeanette. Jeanette, your closing remarks, and Alisa and Maya, prepare to give me your response on what you learned in Africa, and if you think that all Black children or Black kids in America should get the opportunity to experience what you experienced. And so I want you to respond to that. But Jeanette, your closing remarks.
Okay, closing remarks is that you support CADA. The experience that our young people were able to have to go to Ghana, it should be experienced by all of our young people, as many as possible. We need volunteers in CADA to help cultivate the culture and share it with our children as much as we can, and just to spread the news everywhere. Ghana is a special place, and it's just the beginning of what else could happen for us in the world.
Thank you so much, Jeanette, for coming on the show and helping make a very powerful impact today. Let me see. I want Maya and Lisa to close us. So let's take our last comments from. Oh, so Shana, do you wish that most American kids, as a black kids, would experience what you saw in Ghana? If so, why?
I definitely would want them to have the same experience that I had, because my experience, it was like life changing, and I learned so much more than I have ever learned in those 2 weeks than I did learning about Black history in school. Like, it's crazy. And I think that other people my age or younger, it doesn't matter, they should get the opportunity to learn too.
How has it changed your life, and what are you going to do with this new experience?
Whoa. Oh, okay. I'm going to spread the word, because well, it changed my life, because um it's just, I didn't know none of the things that I have ever learned. And just learning about the culture and my ancestors and everything that they had gone through, it was just crazy. It was mind blowing, and I don't know.
What do you want to become when you grow up? Like when you are out of school and if, become an adult.
When I grow up, I want to be a pilot, because I like to travel. And when I get older, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna become a pilot so I can get to travel the world and I can see a lot of different things.
Okay. Do you think that your trip in Africa or Ghana has given you even more strength to believe that you are a royal queen and you are smart and you can attain anything and your
Absolutely.
color is beautiful?
Yes, I really do, because it's just like everything that we learned there. It was really I liked it, and it made me feel special because everything that they had to offer there.
Thank you so much for sharing. Let's hear from Alisa and Amaya. Let's start with Alisa.
So I want other kids in America to experience what I experienced, because like it was like a whole new thing of what I experienced there. Some things were like different here than they were in America. Like they weren't all the same. And I just really want them to experience what I experienced, because what I saw, it was like life changing, and it really changed my perspective um, with America.
Okay. And does it change what do you want to become when you grow up?
I want to be a WNBA basketball player.
Awesome. And would you say that what you saw in Africa makes you more confident in your race, your people, your culture, and even your color?
It made me more confident, because there's just a whole lot of people around that was like my skin, my culture, and I just feel like I just really connected to that.
Okay. And you think you can carry that power and that motivation on throughout your life, right?
Yes.
Okay. Thank you so much for sharing. Amaya.
Um, yes, I definitely want a lot of people to go to, Ghana, because, it's powerful. Like, that trip was really powerful.
Mm.
It's life changing. Sorry. I guess because, I was really emotional when we
Mm.
left, because it was just very powerful, and that, everybody should go to Ghana to experience, like,
That.
even kids,
Yeah.
who are my age, young Black kids, they should all go and see like the culture
Why
there,
is it important for black kids to see what you saw and experience it?
because they should learn more about what, to get like the truth, because
Okay.
sometimes the our school system, they don't really teach us a lot.
Okay, good. And as a black young girl, a young kid in America, did you have any issues with your skin in terms of when you go to school, when you play? And do you think that your experience in Ghana gives you more awareness of your skin color, who you are, and for the better? Does it help in any way, the way I described it?
Well, yeah, because sometimes I used to be kind of a little insecure. I don't know, not by my skin color, but when I went to Ghana, that changed my perspective,
Mm.
and I definitely was became like more confident in myself.
Mm.
I guess I was kind of showing off,
Wow. Wow.
and then, it was I really felt connected to my ancestors. When we went to the river and stuff, I definitely felt really
Awesome. What do you want to become when you grow up?
uh I want to become an actor.
Okay.
Maybe a singer too, but I really want to become an actor.
Awesome. You might probably do community activism somewhere along the line. I wouldn't be surprised if I see you in politics, because you have a special heart. I mean, all of you do. All of you have special talents and gifts and smart. But sometimes you can feel certain things, and so that's my take. And you are brilliant young ladies. I'm excited. You have really impacted me personally this evening. I'm encouraged. I'm motivated, and I hope that your message will resonate among young kids like you. And I know that this experience would propel you to greater heights, and you will be children that will make your parents and your family very, very proud. I'm very
Mhm.
honored to have you. Crystal, your closing remarks.
Yes. Thank you so much. Can you all hear me?
Yes, we can.
Okay, great. Okay, thank you so much for allowing us to be on your show today. And and I just want to encourage everyone that is watching today and hears me, please follow his show. His show is a wealth of information every single week. And so to follow his show, and so we as adults, and then also your children, so then you can learn about your heritage. You can hear his guests. His guests are a wealth of knowledge about what's going on, in Africa and here in the United States. And because knowledge is power for all of us. So, please like him on Facebook and on YouTube and follow him. And as he said, I really appreciate you, and I look forward to you being the MC at our show on Saturday. And my girls, and then all the children in the community and their parents, please sign your kids up for CADA. The program is a free program, and we take monthly field trips. And so, educate your kids free, and yourself, because I have so many parents that also join in on the monthly field trips, and so we can just all learn together. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Crystal Dyer, the CADA World Organization. Um, so we really want to thank the young ladies, Alisa, Maya, and Oceana, for coming on the show and sharing your experience. I want to humbly ask your parents that in the future, I would want to host you and other kids on this show because you are very inspiring. So hopefully we can get that done through Crystal Dyer and Jeanette. We'll work that in the back end. I hope you guys would like to come back so we can share some more.
Yes.
That'll be okay. Okay. All right. So
Okay.
Oceana, all right. Thank you once again. So to all our listeners, we really want to appreciate you for hanging out. I know that we passed our time, but this was very, very important. We needed to get the message of this brilliant and the message and experience of this brilliant young kids and their leaders, Crystal Dyer, for what they have done and what they continue to do for the next generation. Remember this coming Saturday from 10 a.m. to 7 p.m. at the Austin Town Hall Park. Austin Town Hall Park on the west side, Ghana Again Festival, the second Ghana Again Festival. It's going to be a lot of food, music, a lot of vendors, performances, Leshon Ford, State Rep Leshon Ford, Congressman Daniel Davis, Bishop Lance Davis, and a whole a platter of very important dignitaries. The whole community is coming out on the west side. And so bring your friends and your family to enjoy and share culture with us as we cruise through summer. We have a few more good days, so let's make the best out of it. And I will be there. I am honored to be the MC of this particular festival, the second annual festival, second annual Gone Again Ghana, Gone Again Festival on the west side. I'm very pleased and honored to be the MC, and we are inviting all of you to come so we can have a great time. On that note,
Yes.
remember, to whom much is given, much is required. Elisa and Maya, Crystal Dyer, Oceana T, Janet Johnson, thank you all for making this show a success, and for all of you who have watched us, we really appreciate you. Have a wonderful evening. We'll see you next week. Bye-bye.
Okay. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Thank you. I appreciate you.
Bye.
You're
Thank
welcome.
you.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank
Bye-bye.
you.
Bye bye.
Have a good night.
Bye.